All right, everyone, buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into a mystery that's equal parts ancient and honestly kind of relevant too right now. We're talking about the spiritual side of smelling smoke. You know, when there's no fire in sight, no incense burning, nothing obvious. And you guys know it's got me hooked because you sent in some seriously intriguing articles on this.
Rightfully so. It's a question that's been bugging people for ages. I mean, there's just something about the smell of smoke, right? It's got that mystical vibe, kind of like hangs around long after the flames are gone.
It totally does. We actually have excerpts here from this article called, Get This, Unraveling Why Smoke Follows You. Sounds promising, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what caught my eye? How it dives into what smelling smoke means to different cultures, their traditions. It's more than just a scent. It's like a spiritual experience for a lot of people.
See, that's what I'm most curious about. This article, it mentions that if you smell smoke out of nowhere, it could actually be a spirit trying to get your attention. Maybe even, get this, a loved one who's passed on. Gives me chills just thinking about it.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? And why smoke? Specifically, why not like freshly baked cookies or something? What is it about that smell that screams otherworldly?
Right. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. The article connects that belief to like the nature of smoke itself. It's not something you can grab. It's kind of ghostly in a way, but it's also super connected to fire, to change, to transformation.
Exactly. It's like a bridge between what we can see and touch and, well, the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
You see this across cultures from ancient Egypt to Native Americans. They all have their own take on smoke as a messenger.
You know, now that you mention it, ancient Egyptians, they used to burn incense during their rituals, right? They believed the smoke would carry their prayers up to the gods.
And Native Americans, some tribes used herbs like sage and sweetgrass. They'd use the smoke for purification, cleansing negative energy, trying to restore balance.
It's almost like a universal language, this idea that smoke can talk to something we can't see or hear.
Absolutely. And get this, the article even mentions this thing called phantasmia. You ever heard of that?
Can't say I have. Tell me more.
So phantasmia, big word, I know, but it basically means you're smelling something that isn't actually there. Your senses are playing tricks on you, and it can be caused by all sorts of things, migraines, even some medications can do it.
So are you saying there could be a totally scientific reason behind these phantom smoke smells? That's wild.
It is, and it shows why we got to keep an open mind. As intriguing as the spiritual side is, there might be more to it. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's our brains, our senses messing with us in a way we don't fully get yet.
Makes you think twice about those air fresheners, huh? But, okay, shifting gears a bit, because the article also gets into how the meaning of smoke changes depending on where you are in the world, different cultures, you know? Like it talks about this culture symbolism table, how ancient Greeks saw smoke totally differently than the Celts, for example.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ancient Greeks, especially over the Oracle of Delphi, they thought if you breathed in the smoke coming from this crack in the earth, you'd start having visions, prophecies. It was like a direct line to the divine, a glimpse into the future.
But then you've got the Celts lighting these huge bonfires during their Beltane festival. And for them, smoke wasn't about the future. It was about cleaning, protecting. They thought it could purify the land, their animals, like a good luck charm for the year ahead.
Totally different meanings, right? But both super powerful in their own ways. Shows you how deeply rooted this whole smoke symbolism is across time, across the globe. Makes you think, what did they know back then that we've kind of forgotten about?
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's like we're just scratching the surface here. Okay, let's layer this a bit. Because the article, it doesn't stop at just beliefs. It also says that smoke, the smoke itself, has its own energy, and it can actually change the energy around it. Sounds kind of like, well, magic, almost.
It is a pretty captivating idea. And it ties right into stuff like smudging, which, let's be honest, has become really popular lately. The idea being that smoke, especially from certain plants and herbs, doesn't just cover up bad energy, it kind of neutralizes it, like hitting the reset button on a room, but on an energy level.
So it's not just about making your place smell like a fancy spa, though no judgment, I love a good sandalwood candle now and then.
Oh, it's way more than that. The article really drives home that smudging, when you do it with respect and a clear purpose, is about tapping into something ancient, recognizing that smoke can purify, can transform. It's about consciously shifting the energy of a place, or even yourself.
See, and I love that because change, transformation through fire, It's something I connect with deeply, like burning away what's old to make way for something new. And the article, it was very clear. This isn't a one-time fix-all thing. It's a practice, a choice to work with the energy of smoke. But you know what? We should probably unpack that a bit more in a bit, because first, I want to know more about these different energies, how certain types of smoke have certain effects. You mentioned that smudging isn't like a one and done thing, it's a whole practice. So tell me more about that. Like, what does that actually look like, and how does it connect to this idea of smoke as a tool, for transformation?
You're spot on. It all comes down to intention. The article really emphasizes that it's not enough to just light some sage and wave it around.
Mhm.
You've got to approach it with a clear idea of what you want to achieve, the energy you want to bring in.
So, like, setting an intention before you meditate to focus your energy.
Exactly. For instance, the article talks about frankincense, that piney smell. People have used it for centuries in spiritual practices to feel more grounded, to connect with that inner peace. The belief is it clears out negative energy and creates a more harmonious vibe.
Which makes sense, right? People burn frankincense when they meditate, do yoga. It's like setting the mood for a deeper spiritual experience.
Exactly. It's all about creating an environment that supports what you're trying to do, whether it's finding clarity, peace, connecting to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, so say someone's listening and they're feeling, I don't know, stuck, surrounded by negativity. How do they approach smudging in a way that feels, I don't know, authentic and respectful? What's a good first step?
Well, like we said, intention is key. What are you trying to achieve? Clear out stagnant energy. Invite in some positivity. Maybe just find some peace. Once you know what you're aiming for, then you can research different herbs, see what people traditionally use them for. Like the article mentions cedar. Burning cedar to cleanse a space after an argument. Or even an illness, like you're clearing the air, symbolizing a fresh start.
So it's more than just picking a smell you like, it's understanding what it represents.
Exactly. Each herb has its own unique energy, its own symbolism. And once you've chosen yours, approach the whole practice with respect. Research where those herbs come from, what they mean to different cultures. Remember, these are traditions that have been around for centuries.
It's about honoring those traditions, not just, I don't know, taking what you like and ignoring the rest.
Exactly. And finding what feels right, authentic to you. Not everyone connects with smudging, and that's okay. The article even says, explore different practices. Find what speaks to your own beliefs.
Right, it's about what works for you, your own journey. Now, the article also talked about how smoke cleansing is a process, not a one-time fix. Can you talk more about that? What does that mean practically?
Yeah, it's a really important point. The article, it warns against seeing smudging like some magic solution. You don't just hit reset and poof, all your problems disappear. It's more about bringing that practice into your life, making it a habit, a way to keep your energy, I don't know, clean, clear.
So it's less like a magic solution and more about a spiritual practice, using smoke cleansing as part of that.
Exactly. It's about going deeper, connecting with yourself, your space, all those subtle energies around us.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Someone's listening, they're intrigued by this whole idea of smoke as a spiritual tool. What's one thing they can do after listening? What's a good first step to take on this exploration?
Honestly, just pay attention. Next time you smell smoke, campfire, incense, even that mysterious whiff that seems to come from nowhere, just pause for a second.
Be present in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Notice how it makes you feel. Peaceful, nostalgic. Maybe it makes you think of something beyond the physical world. Trust your intuition. You might be surprised what you discover.
I love that. Just pay attention. It's so easy to get caught up in our heads that we miss what our senses are telling us. Those little hints and nudges.
Totally. It's about tuning in, being open to those whispers from, I don't know, the universe or whatever you connect with that often come through and how things smell, how they feel.
Like that saying, the divine whispers, but it's up to us to listen.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And sometimes those whispers, they come through scent, a smell that's been carrying meaning and mystery for centuries.
Like the smell of smoke, swirling around us with all these whispers of, I don't know, ancient wisdom, spiritual significance.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that there's so much more to this world than what we see, what we, in this case, smell. Right.
Oh, this deep dive, it's definitely opened up my nose senses or something. I'm never going to look at smoke the same way again, or smell it, I guess is more accurate.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
It's amazing how digging into these old practices can make us more present, more in tune with everything around us.
Totally. It's like we've uncovered a secret language or something, a language that speaks through our senses. What a journey this has been.
It really has. And the journey continues every time we take a moment, breathe in, and just be present with all the mysteries that surround us.
You said it. This has been an incredible deep dive. Thank you so much for exploring this with me. I think from now on, I'm going to be smelling the world, not just seeing it.
The pleasure was all mine. And until next time, may your path be filled with, I don't know, the sweet smell of discovery. Something like that.